Y'all already know who it is, man. It's King Ade with the Wizards Review. And man, I'm not happy right now, man. I am not happy right now. You know what I'm saying? Tonight, let's just cut right to it, man. It was a terrible loss tonight, man. You know what I mean? A terrible, terrible loss on so many levels. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, this was the longest homestand of the season. We're losing the teams. Not to say the Raptors, we're like in the same ball as far as record-wise. But tonight was a great test to see how our depth, although we didn't have Kuzma tonight, and he's a big piece. Let's not, we know he's a big piece. We all know that already, you know what I'm saying? However, we have the depth to compensate for not having Kuzma, you know what I'm saying? And tonight was a great night to just show off our depth and get the win. And we started the game well, you know what I mean? So the way we lost tonight makes it even hurt even more, you know what I'm saying? There's several reasons we could point to why we lost, but I'm going to get to the reason why I feel we lost the game. Like, really, to me, there's only really one main reason we lost the game. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things you could point to, but there was one main reason that we lost the game. But before we get to that, let's start with the things that I liked tonight, because there were some good things tonight. There were some really good things tonight. Enough good things that we should have won the game. So for us to lose the game, it just makes me even more upset thinking about it. You know what I mean? So anyway, for starters, man, I like the fact, like I said, Kuzma didn't play tonight. I like the fact that they started Denny tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? The reason they started Denny was for defensive purposes, obviously. You know what I'm saying? We usually have a hard time with the Raptors. For some reason, they always give us a hard time. Like, historic, not just this season, even though you can count this season, but just historically, I can just remember the Raptors giving us a hard time, you know what I mean? So, for us to start Denny, our best perimeter defender, but he started on Siakam, which just shows his versatility on the defensive end and the faith that the team has in him to put him on Siakam, because the last time he played Siakam, he was doing a lot, doing way too much. So I like the fact that Denny started, and he started against Siakam. And I know the reason he started was to provide defense, which he did. He played a great defensive game tonight. You know what I'm saying? Denny is really our best defender. He still has work to do on the offensive end, but defensively, I don't want to say elite yet. I think that's putting a little too much pressure on him, but he's definitely getting up to that elite status of being a defender in the NBA, for sure. I also like the fact that we went to the paint immediately. We try to score in the paint immediately, try to take advantage of the Raptors' weakness. You know what I mean? Their starting center was Siakam. You know what I'm saying? He started at the center position. And for us to even be able to put Denny on him shows how small they were at the perimeter, in the interior. You know what I'm saying? So for us to start getting the ball into the paint early, especially getting the ball to Gafford early, you know what I mean? We're going to talk about that too. But we got the ball to Gafford early. Started the way we started the last game, for real, you know what I mean? Getting him easy touches, pick and roll offense, throwing the lob up, catching the ball, getting those emphatic dunks. I like the way we started the game, and I like the way Gafford specifically started the game, you know what I mean? I also like we were offensive rebounding, especially we had one possession where we were just crashing the boards. I don't think we scored during that possession, but I felt that possession was going to be an indicator of how the night was going to go, because that's how it felt. It felt like if we just stuck to what we were doing early in the game, we would have won this game. But for some reason, we get away from that, and I don't like that. You know what I mean? I don't like that at all, but again, I'm just talking about what I do like right now. You know what I mean? So we're going to get to that. Another thing that I liked tonight was the team offense, especially early in the game, the way we were moving the ball, the assisting, passing up a decent shot to get a great shot, being unselfish. I liked our ball movement tonight. You know what I mean? Denny, not only did he play great defense, man, he was a catalyst in the assist column tonight. You know what I mean? He was making plays, just showing his vision, showing what he could do. just showing that he could see the floor well, and he was arguably our best passer tonight. You know what I'm saying? He definitely played well passing the ball. He didn't score double figures. He still, like I said, got to work on finishing and stuff like that. Although he hit a big three. He got a couple easy layups to the basket. You know what I mean? So he's getting better. But defensively, he played well. And his assist game, his vision tonight was very good as well, man. Thomas Bryant, man, he came in, yo. He didn't play as much this game, but the first time he got in the first half, he was showing me stuff I never saw him do before, like with the handles. Like he really was with the handles in the post and got to the basket and got the score. I mean, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So we see that Bryant was working on a lot of things during his rehab, and I know that he was working knowing that he had two centers and he has to find a way to get playing time. So I know that he was waiting and chomping at the bit to show his new game, the things he added to his game, and that was impressive. Some of the dribbling that I saw from him at the center position, 6'11", dribbling like that. You know what I mean? If he could consistently do that, he's definitely going to be an asset. Well, he is an asset, so I don't want to diminish his role. But just to see that he has even more in his bag is definitely beautiful. You know what I mean? So I definitely like that. Kispert, man, he comes in again, first off the bench, making an impact as usual. Just the smart, the high IQ, being at the right place at the right time, rebounding, doing the little things. He did a lot of little things tonight. Again, he didn't score double figures tonight, but he just did a lot of little things, just showing he's not a liability on the court, man. So I definitely like what I saw from him in that aspect. Rui as well, man. Rui, he got into double figures tonight. His mid-range game is coming back. You know what I'm saying? Definitely he showed that he's a zone killer. They tried to run the zone on us a little bit tonight. We got the ball right to Rui, and he hit that jump shot, hit that mid-range that he's been so good at over the last couple of seasons. You know what I'm saying? So just to see him getting his legs back, seeing Bryant getting his legs back, looking comfortable, looking, you know, for real, I think they're a little ahead of schedule if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? So I like just seeing Rui looking comfortable tonight, man. Also, man, I like Beal early in the game. I felt he was being aggressive. He had 6 assists by the second quarter. You know what I mean? So he was moving the ball, getting some good passes. Unfortunately, he had 8 assists tonight. So you would think that's a good night having 8 assists, and it is a good night. Unless you have more turnovers than assists. So if you had 8 assists, which is usually a good night for any player in the league, and you have more turnovers than assists, we're going to get to that. Yeah, so also I liked how we ended the first quarter. I just liked that first quarter. I just felt like the first quarter was going to be just a sample of what the rest of the game was going to be like. Unfortunately, that is not what happened. You know what I'm saying? But if we just played like we did in the first quarter, crisp offense, we was crashing the boards, man. We ended the game, we ended the first quarter 30-20 advantage in the rebounding department. 10 plus rebounds more than the Raptors tonight. We had the size advantage. This is one of the few times where we're gonna have the size advantage at the center position. It's one of the few times this season. So again, just to lose, knowing we had the game plan to win and just not continue with that game plan, yo, we need Coach Unseld back bad. I mean, Blair, he's done a decent job, you know what I'm saying? But tonight, he was off with the rotations. I just hope Coach Unseld comes back with a good understanding of the rotations and getting back to how he was coaching and making the right rotations early in the season. He has his full complement of players, but I just felt like tonight, there were times where we didn't sub at the right time, have the right player in at the right time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to getting Coach Unseld back. Harold came in. When he got in, again, provided that energy. And he also provided good assist. Again, tonight, overall, was a good team effort from the assist department. You know what I'm saying? But Harold came in and was just showing that he could see the floor well, having some good passes out the post. Yeah, one good pass to Kispert I could just remember off the top of my head. A good pass to Kispert. Kispert cutting again, making a smart play, understanding what's going on in the offense, what he needed to do to be effective. Cut to the basket, and Harold saw him for a beautiful layup, man. So I like what Harold was bringing to the table, especially in the fourth quarter. He closed out the game tonight, and I felt he deserved to close the game out. We needed that high impact energy, and he shoots the free throw ball well for a center. You know what I mean? So I felt he played a good game tonight. Also, another player I felt played a good game tonight was Spencer Dimwitty, man. Dimwitty hit some big threes, and not only did he hit big threes, he also just made good decisions overall, man. He had 7 assists, 7 rebounds tonight, low turnovers. I think he only had 2 turnovers, and he was a positive on a plus minus. You know what I mean? That's one thing when I look at the box score, especially recently. Dinwiddie has been a positive when he's on the floor, believe it or not. I know some people are like, and I kind of agree, you know what I mean? Wish that he had, a little bit more sense of urgency to his game. Wish that sometimes he was a better playmaker, although he had 7 assists tonight, so you can't really be too upset with that. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I do wish that he didn't defer to Bill so much in the half court. You know what I'm saying? He's shown the ability to score, and I do understand that he knows that Bill is the lead player, the franchise player and all of that. But sometimes I feel like he can be aggressive because we've seen him be aggressive and help us get points when needed. You know what I mean? He had a good 17 tonight, but I think he could have easily had 20 tonight. You know what I mean? 20 plus tonight. So, I don't want to nitpick because I still felt he played a good game tonight. He didn't turn the ball over crazy like another player on our team did tonight. You know what I'm saying? So I like what I saw from him. I liked our fourth quarter rally. We cut the lead down all the way down to 6. Wait, I think we cut it all the way down to 3. You know what I'm saying? We cut the lead all the way down to 3 at one point. No, matter of fact, we tied the game up. What am I talking? Hold on. All right, yeah. We tied the game up. You know what I'm saying? We tied the game up in the fourth quarter. And I like our comeback. We had a 16-4 run. You know what I mean? In the fourth quarter. So, but again, we shouldn't have even needed all that. We had this game. This was our game to win. You know what I'm saying? So for us to lose, that just hurts. It makes me very upset the way we lost the game. But we had a good effort in the fourth quarter. The same type of effort we had in the first quarter. But again, one of our biggest problems throughout the season is we don't play a full 48. We do not play a full 48. We're not consistent. Not only from game to game, but within the game, we're not consistent. You know what I'm saying? That's a big problem. You know what I'm saying? We got to cut that out. We even held the Raptors to not scoring any points for 3+ minutes in the fourth quarter. So again, we played a very good game. Was able to even tie the game up. But unfortunately, out of the timeout, Van Vliet hit a big 3. And then OG came through with a rebound and a big putback, which really killed us, which really closed the game. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's all that I like tonight. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I mentioned, minus the negatives that I will emphasize more in the things that I dislike, but all the positives that I mentioned were enough for us to win this game tonight. You know what I'm saying? It was enough. But again, we just have to play with that energy that we came out with that focus that we came out with. We got to play with it from the first quarter to the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, man, let's get to the things that I disliked, man. Early, man, KCP's shot selection early in the game, I didn't like. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to say that's the reason we lost the game. But sometimes he's hit or miss. But when he is a miss, and I just hate when he takes bad shots. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that stood out early in the game when we were going on our run and when we were taking control of the game in the first quarter. He just took some bad shots. Gary Trent Jr. for the Raptors. For some reason, he's also a Wizards killer. It just seems like he hits big, timely threes every time we play the Raptors. You know what I'm saying? He's a Wizards killer, like consistently. You know what I'm saying? So he was definitely a problem. Scotty Barnes, a rookie, fourth pick in the draft. I remember where it was when he got picked. Some people were surprised, but after watching him tonight, man, there's no surprise. There's no surprise why he was picked fourth. You know what I'm saying? He looked like a vet out there, man. He looked like a vet. Like his body's already an NBA body, yo. He's big as hell. You know what I'm saying? 20 years old, man. Scoring in the paint. We could not do nothing with him. And the switches, we just had some bad switches tonight, which when we had little players on Scotty Barnes, as well as Siakam. You know what I'm saying? There was just a lot of bad switches, bad matchups that they took advantage of over and over again tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? But Barnes had a career high as well scoring tonight, man. How many points did he have? Let me see. Yeah, man, Barnes had 27 points tonight, man. Played 40 minutes, 27 points. You know what I'm saying? Career high. Like, I hate when an opposing player has a career high against us. That just shows that our defense was not on point tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely didn't like that. We didn't shoot the three ball well. We hit 2 threes early, but then we missed 10 straight threes before we made the next 3. You know what I mean? 10 straight. So we shot that's one of our weaknesses, you know what I'm saying? But if we have the open shot, you got to take the open shot. There were some open shots that just were missed. Again, Denny missed some shots. Kispert, man. Kispert didn't hit threes tonight also. A lot of wide open threes. And, there was a comment I saw on Twitter tonight. It was a funny comment where somebody said, yo, man, Kispert's doing everything better than why we drafted him for. You know what I'm saying? And I agree 100%. He's been a smart player. He's been much better than I anticipated. But I heard that he was drafted he was possibly the best shooter in the draft. He misses too many wide open clutch threes, momentum killing threes, man. So he got to start hitting threes straight up, man. But as a team, I don't just want to single him out because as a team, we didn't shoot the ball from the three-point line well at all. So I didn't like that at all. The biggest reason we lost the game overall were turnovers, man. We had 11 turnovers in the first half. We had a lot of those turnovers in the second quarter. There was a stretch where we had 7 turnovers in a little less than 4 minutes, and the Raptors scored 27 total points off of turnovers tonight against the Wizards. You know what I'm saying? So turnovers was the reason we lost the game. You know what I'm saying? But not only were the turnovers the reason we lost the game, Bradley Beal's turnovers were the reason I feel we lost the game. Bradley Beal lost the game for us tonight. Bottom line, our best player had 9 turnovers tonight. 9 turnovers. 5 turnovers in the first half alone. I mean, 5 turnovers in one game is terrible. But 5 turnovers in the first half, lacking awareness, not knowing where the line is, back courts, bad passes, not seeing the trap coming. I remember a couple weeks ago when people were saying that Bradley Beal should run the point guard like he's really a point guard. I already said this. He is not a point guard, and tonight showed he is not a point guard. Not only that, and again, we could go back to last game where he didn't wake up into the second half. Bradley Beal, man, I like his game. I don't want to just make it seem like he's like garbage, because he's not garbage. He's a good player. But he is not a player that a team could win a champion. He can't be the best player on the team and think that we can win a championship. He is not on that level. He is not on that level. His energy, he's the leader of the team. And quite frankly, when our energy is low, he is a reflection of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say it's his fault, but he is not focused. No other player on the Wizards tonight had more than 2 turnovers. He has 9 turnovers. He's the reason we lost the game. We lost the game by 4 points. He had 9 turnovers. We were up. We were up double digits in the first quarter. He lost focus. He's the reason we lost the game. And when Unseld gets back, if Bradley Beal's gonna play like that, again, our team is deep. Now, we won't have the scoring punch that Bradley Beal provides, but if he's gonna turn the ball over like that, you can bench him. Bench him until he wakes up, man. You can't. I don't care if he's supposedly the best player on the team. Like, I wanted to talk about the rest of the stuff that I didn't like, man, but just talking about the turnovers, Bradley Beal lost the game for us tonight, man. Straight up, man. He lost the game for us. 9 turnovers, man. 9 turnovers. He needs to focus, man. He needs to focus, and he's not playing like the Bradley Beal that we saw last season. He probably will make the All-Star team this season. I gotta think about the 2 guards in the East to see if there's anybody that just played outright better than him. But he's nowhere on the level that he was last season. He still hasn't woke up. It's past halfway point of the season, and he's still having bad games. Now, I've seen point guards, I've seen great players have bad turnover nights. You know what I'm saying? From time to time. It happens to the best of them. You know what I mean? So we don't want to act like Bill's the only one. But, this is 2 games in a row where he's not awake, where he's not focused when we need him to be focused. You know what I'm saying? Just a terrible outing. Just terrible, man. Achua get hot in the second quarter. You know what I'm saying? He had some big rebounds. They're small. They're supposedly was a small team. But again, we started looking bigger than them. But as the game went on, second quarter, it just seemed like they were the bigger team. It just seemed like they were the more physical team. Let me say that. They were just much more physical than us, getting strong rebounds. And the final rebound OG got at the end of the game to close us out was basically a microcosm of the physicality that they displayed on the boards tonight compared to us. They got key rebounds, man. Like, we just couldn't box them out. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely didn't like that. The Raptors had an 11-2 run in the second. They had so many runs throughout the game. So many big runs throughout the game. An 11-2 run in the second quarter. They ended the second quarter with a 28-14 run. They took the lead in the halftime by 1 point. And then in the third quarter, that's when they really took over and really blew the game wide open. They went up double digits. Like I said, we came back in the fourth quarter, gave a valiant effort. But, we had a double-digit lead in the first quarter. We lost. It's like we just forgot how to play in the second quarter, man. It's like we just got discombobulated and forgot how to play in the second quarter. And it carried on in the third quarter, and we eventually lost the game. Another thing I didn't like, man, and this is something that we really have to figure out, and I'm just hoping that Coach Unseld has really been thinking about this while he's been away. But our rotation, it's a gift to have this deep of a team. But if you're not making the right rotations, having the right substitutions, the right players in at the right time, then having a lot of players to rotate in and out is going to be more of a liability than an asset. And I felt that there was Gafford not getting in, especially getting him back in the second quarter. I like Harold played well, but he played his best ball tonight in the fourth quarter. Thomas Bryant played well, but there was a time in the second quarter, especially when the Raptors started to dominate us on the board, and we didn't get Gafford back in the game. Now, I don't know, but let's see. Let's just give the Wizards the benefit of the doubt, because halftime, I'm watching the game, watching them warming up, and I'm seeing Gafford with these big ice packs on his knees, just looking all hurt up, like, damn. And so I'm like, maybe they know something we don't know, and maybe they know that Gafford doesn't have his legs and he needs as much rest as he can get. That's the reason why we're taking him out when he's having such great starts and bringing so much of a presence to us. Maybe that's why. But I saw him play when Thomas Bryant wasn't there, and it was just Gafford and Harold. And they were getting about equal minutes. Sometimes Harold had more minutes. There was times Gafford would have more minutes. But he's played more minutes than he has been playing since Bryant's been back. And when he's having a good game, I don't understand why he's not getting back in the game, especially when the opponent is dominating us on the board. So again, man, our rotations, we have to tighten it up. I know it's going to be from game to game, and I don't mind that. But when somebody's having a good game and something is working, you keep going back to that until they stop it. And I just felt they didn't do that tonight, man. So that was a missed opportunity, man. So I definitely didn't like that. Like I said, our third quarter was terrible. We had a terrible third quarter. The Raptors had an 11-0 run in the third quarter, and that's when they went up double digits on us, man, as well. You know what I'm saying? All in the third quarter. So just a terrible second and third quarter. And to emphasize how bad those two quarters were, the Raptors scored 35-plus points in the second and third quarter alone. You know what I'm saying? After a tight defensive quarter in the first and fourth quarter, but the second and third quarter, we lost the game in the second and third quarter. Again, we just lost focus. We lost focus, man. And it's due because of the depth that we have, but we're not utilizing it properly at times throughout games. You know what I mean? That's just what it comes down to. You know what I'm saying? So that was definitely a big problem. Fred VanVleet, man, he was a problem tonight. The quiet double-double. Like, I didn't realize that he was assisting the way he was, but in the fourth quarter, he was hitting some big threes throughout the game, and that dagger three towards the end of the fourth quarter, that really put the game out of reach. After we tied it up, coming out of halftime, he gets off a screen and gets a good three up and hits it, man. Like, he had a big game, man. And again, that just exposed our problem, one of our main problems, the lack of size at the center position and the lack of perimeter defense at the point guard position. Again, Fred VanVleet killed us, man. Killed us. And the Raptors aren't even an assisting team like that. They're more of an isolation, one-on-one type offensive team. And Fred VanVleet had double-digit assists tonight. So, again, man, they just exposed us at times throughout the game. I already mentioned OG's big offensive rebound put back at the end of the fourth quarter. And I mentioned Kispert not hitting threes. You know what I mean? So, again, man, that's everything I dislike. But out of all the things that I dislike, man, the biggest reason we lost the game was Bradley Beal, man, point blank period. He's our best player, and he turns the ball over 9 times. He waits till the fourth quarter to wake up, and he still turned the ball over in the fourth quarter at the end of the game. Again, another microcosm of the game. Inbound the ball, he steps on the line, not aware of where he's at on the court. You're supposed to be the best player, max player. Yo, if Bradley Beal wants to get all cute in Hollywood and not sign the extension next season, in the off season, hunt for teams. I want him back. Don't get me wrong. I want him back. He is a good player. But the question becomes, is he a max player? Is he a max player? Is he? 9 turnovers? Second game in a row, you're not awake when we need you? Is this guy really a max player? Come on, man. It'd be admirable if he understood, like if he was really, like he went to the negotiating table and say, look, I want to get paid, I want a good contract, but I know I'm not a max player. We could use that money somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Re-sign some of the players that we have to keep the depth intact. This is the best team Bradley Beal's had around him, and he's not leading it the way he needs to. He's been asking for, better personnel. He's gotten better personnel. He's not leading the way he needs to lead because he's not the same player he was last season. He needs to get back to that, man. Too many damn turnovers, man. He lost the game, and I'm very upset about it. I'm trying to be cool about it, but he lost the game tonight. All the other things I mentioned, those are reasons why we lost the game, but we lost the game by 4 points. Him by himself had 9 turnovers. We lost the game because of Bradley Beal. You never want to point the finger at one player or one person, but tonight, with all the mishaps with the coaching, with the rotations and the subs in and out, who should have been in, who should have not, all of that mattered. I don't deny that. But when your best player turns the ball over 9 times, and a lot of those turnovers were just lack of awareness on the court, back court, stepping on the line, it's just an ugly game, man. It's unacceptable. You know what I mean? It's unacceptable. So he needs to play better. I'm tired of saying that. I gave him a leeway because it was early in the season. You know what I'm saying? He had some personal things going on. So I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? I understand. But it's past halfway point of the season, and he's still making the same type of plays that he made early in the season. Same type of bad decisions, same type of lack of awareness, not playing the best ball in the game in, game out, and waiting too late to get, be aggressive. Like he started the game aggressive, but it's like he just can't sustain. It's like he just disappears. After starting well, he just disappears for a while, and then he starts to play well in the fourth when we need him, when we're down and we need a comeback. You know what I'm saying? He needs to has a killer mentality. Go watch some MJ tapes or something. You know what I'm saying? He needs to get that killer mentality, man. Stop. And then another thing, man. Yo, him and KCP, they need to stop barking at the refs. You know what I'm saying? They gotta stop. The team as a whole gotta stop complaining all the time, man. God, man, it's just ugly. Just whiners, man. They whine too damn much, man. So that's another thing I didn't like, man. But anyway, man, that's all I got for y'all tonight, man. I'm very upset, as you can tell, man. Just a terrible game, terrible loss. A loss that could have moved us up in the standings. We were in around the same position as the Raptors. Now they definitely got the tiebreaker. I think we played them 4 times. They beat us 3 times, I think, this season. Nonetheless, I know they got the tiebreaker. I know that. And then beating us tonight, they positioned themselves better in the standings for playoff positioning. So it's just a bad loss all the way around, man. They got to play better, yo. They got to play better, man. I'm looking forward to the next game. Hopefully Coach Untitled is back. That's what I hope. And hopefully he's been observing and taking notes, and he makes some better adjustments than Coach Blair did tonight. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, man, if you like what you saw tonight, man, I would really appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel at the Wizards Review on YouTube. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. You can follow me, King Ade DMV, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and on the Xbox Series S and X, NBA 2K22. You know what I mean? So anyway, man, disappointing loss. Hopefully they wake up. Hopefully they realize, especially Bradley Beal, man. Hopefully, what I want to see from Bradley Beal is no more than, I'll be generous and say 3 turnovers next game. But I don't really even want to see 3 turnovers. But just for the sake of generosity, I don't want to see any more than 3 turnovers from Bradley Beal next game. You know what I'm saying? They need to be better with the ball, and he needs to be a better leader, and he needs to be a better best player for the team. He has the best team he's had around him, and he's not living up to. Living up to his end of the bargain, game in, game out. Here and there, some games he has a good game, and then he follows it up with a lackluster game. We need him to realize that the season, the playoff standings is getting closer. The playoffs are getting closer. We're going to have less games to be able to position ourselves well, and we want a top 6 seed. We really want a top 4 seed to have home court advantage in the first round. But at least it's top 6 seed, so we don't have to play in the play-in. We need that. And Bradley Beal, he's the leader. He has to play better, period. So anyway, man, that's all I got, man. Hope to see y'all next time. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your weekend. See y'all next time. Take care. Peace.